The Allfather, Odin, meets the god of war, Kratos. But this is no ordinary clash. It is a collision of destiny, power, and the crushing weight of the gods themselves. Here Kratos stands. His skin is ashen, marked by the iconic red streak that curves across his left shoulder and eye. In his left hand, the Leviathan axe waits, humming with frost. At his right arm, the blades of chaos smolder, forever bound to his past. Every scar on his body tells a story of battles fought, of unbearable loss, and of a defiance that shakes the foundations of the cosmos. God of War Ragnarök doesn't just borrow from Norse mythology, it breathes new life into it through a deeply personal lens. Kratos, the infamous godslayer from a distant land, now finds himself in Midgard, facing the king of the Norse gods. Odin is everything Kratos despises, a master of deception, an architect of control, the ultimate embodiment of a fate he cannot escape. Yet Kratos himself is a living paradox, a mortal who became a god, now a god who fights to be free of prophecy. This is the story of a warrior who looks at the loom of fate and dares to cut the threads. Every swing of the Leviathan axe is a testament to Kratos' newfound control, precise, calculated, and fueled by a cold, protective rage. But then, the blades of chaos come alive. Every lash of those fiery chains is a scream from his past, a memory of the sins he committed, the family he lost, and the unbreakable will that was forged in those flames. Kratos isn't fighting for power or for conquest. He fights for something far more profound: freedom. Freedom from the gods, freedom from prophecy, freedom from the chains of his own past. Odin desires dominion over all things. Kratos just wants the right to choose. From Odin's perspective, this is simply another move in a game he has played for centuries. He has ruled the 9 realms through fear, silver-tongued manipulation, and the advantage of foresight. He sees all, knows all, or so he believes. Every attack he makes is a calculated piece of a grander strategy. Every illusion he weaves is a psychological trap designed to break the spirit before the body. But for all his eons of accumulated knowledge, Odin cannot measure the sheer depth of Kratos' resolve. Odin sees the future as a book already written. The clash begins. Kratos charges, his Leviathan axe carving a path of ice across the battlefield. The very ground freezing beneath Odin's feet, but the Allfather is swift. He retaliates with Gungnir, his legendary spear slicing through the frigid air, its golden light a stark contrast to the encroaching frost. In the old tales, Odin sacrifices an eye for knowledge and hangs himself from Yggdrasil to understand the runes. He is obsessed with prophecy, particularly the Völuspá, which foretells his doom at Ragnarök. He spends centuries trying to outsmart his fate. Kratos, however, is the force that breaks this cycle. He embodies the destructive inevitability of Fimbulwinter, the great winter preceding the end of worlds. Yet his fury is not blind. The Allfather's illusions begin to falter against a will that refuses to be deceived. His perfectly planned attacks fail to account for the sheer, unadulterated brutality guided by a brilliant tactical mind. Here, in this moment, the mythological narrative bends and then breaks. The hero is not the one who fulfills destiny, but the one who shatters it. Free will triumphs over a fate that was written in stone. Kratos lands the final blow. The Leviathan axe, a weapon meant to bring balance, shatters Odin's last defense. Then, the blades of chaos, instruments of his past torment, deliver the decisive strike that ends the Allfather's reign of manipulation over Midgard and the 9 realms. But Kratos does not kill blindly. This is not the frenzied godslayer of his youth. This is an execution. He dismantles a system of tyranny, bringing an end to the endless cycle of control and fear that Odin perpetuated. the All-Father falls, and in his place, a new order emerges, one where gods and mortals alike are no longer prisoners of inevitability, but architects of their own lives. Kratos' victory reshapes the entire mythological landscape. It proves that destiny is not an absolute law but a suggestion that can be ignored. It grants agency to mortals and gods who were once just pawns in a divine game. The cycle of divine conflict, of fathers killing sons and gods betraying mortals, is finally broken. The game honors the source material of Norse mythology but dares to ask, what if a god could fall not to prophecy, but to his own hubris? What if a hero could rise, not by fulfilling his destiny, but by rejecting it? And what if the weight of consequences was the one force that even the gods could not escape? In the end, Kratos stands over the fallen Odin. His ashen skin gleams in the cold, unforgiving light. The red tattoo, a mark of his lost brother, is a vivid slash of color against the pale canvas of his skin. His weapons are poised, but their fury is now calm. He is the god of war, unmatched in combat, uncompromising in his will, and yet, profoundly shaped by every battle, every scar, and every loss. He has proven that even in the realm of gods, a single warrior, driven by a purpose greater than himself, can rewrite destiny. For more deep dives into mythology and the epic confrontations that define our greatest stories, subscribe to the channel, because even gods are bound by consequences, and even the god of war must carry the weight of every choice he makes. Thanks for watching.